Hey everybody, it's Tony Schiavone of All Elite Wrestling, and this is True Hill Heat. And I said it right, you motherfuckers.
What's up, everyone? It's the Interview Queen Alicia Toot here, and be sure to watch True Heel Heat.
It is Super Bowl Sunday.
Hello.
Hi, everybody.
Good morning.
Hopefully, we're early enough. We're not impacting your Super Bowl viewing parties.
Right.
However, it is Super Bowl Sunday, and I'll be honest, none of our teams are in the Super Bowl. So for me, I'm in it for the commercials. That's what I watch for. The commercials. So I'm actually really excited about that. How are you doing, Miss Krssi Love?
I'm okay. I can't complain. Good morning, everybody. Happy Super Bowl Sunday. I actually am a Phillies fan. That is not one of my teams, but I am a Phillies fan. So yes, I am.
Is that who you're rooting for then?
Rooting for the green, the Eagles, to go. We're gonna fly, I guess. But I'm actually interested. I don't really care about the game. I just want to see Rihanna.
Me too.
I hope that she comes out with a bang. Rooting for the girls. Like it's been a long time. They've been waiting to see this happen. So if they can, the Navy is just ready to see this by any means necessary.
That's the funny thing. Rihanna we haven't seen heard from her in quite some time, especially a performance.
Yes.
Obviously had a baby last year. And so this is the first time we're seeing her.
Yeah,
Between being a businesswoman and a mom now, she's been incredibly busy. So I'm happy. I'm so excited to see her and what she produces. Obviously, it'll be wonderful as it always is. I'm sure.
I think
and of course, like I said, the commercials. I'm here for.
Are you going to a party? Are you staying home?
I'm not. My husband actually just ordered wings, and onion rings and fries, and Mama's breaking her diet today. It is Super Bowl Sunday. We have some beer. We have some alcohol. It's going to be a chill Super Bowl Sunday in our house.
Yes.
Parents might come over. We'll see. But yeah, I'm excited to just chill, to be honest with you. We were out and about all day yesterday. So I really just want to be low key today.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, so obviously it's Super Bowl Sunday, but we are honestly here for women of pro wrestling, and a lot happened this week. Maybe not as much as the week before, but a lot has happened this week as well. So obviously we want to talk about that. I don't have any news per se.
No,
I don't think any news.
This was a light week.
Very light week in
very light week
news as far as women go. Dolores, what's up? Hi, Alex. How are you doing? Thank you guys for joining us this morning on this very busy Super Bowl Sunday. So I guess let's jump right into it. We can just start with Raw. So Raw actually this was like a women's show. I feel like they were kind of making up for Raw 30 a bit here, because they had women sprinkled throughout this whole Raw from start to finish, which is how it should be. I hope that is more consistent, obviously. But I'm
not holding my breath, but okay.
I'm not either, but nowhere but up, I guess.
You can only yes, exactly.
So we did see the return of the Glamazon at Royal Rumble. She was back here on Monday Night Raw, looking amazing, by the way. She had these red pants on. Edge kept feeling on her booty. She was.
Yeah, she told him to stop.
She gave him a look. She's like, not now. She's trying to be this badass. Like, don't. And he's over here going, Like it was cute. It was cute, but she gave him the look. And if you are married,
A couple of
you know
times.
exactly what the look is. Wrong place, wrong time look. But
Yep.
she did it. She went, stop it. And he's like, ooh.
Right.
Oh, sorry. So anyway, she
He
came
can't
out.
help himself. He's being a true guy, of course. Like
He is.
I couldn't be
I
mad
get
at him.
it.
Can you be mad at his face? I mean, you probably could, but not in that moment.
Again,
no.
if you're a wife, you've probably been there. I have given my husband that same look in public. Like, really? Not now. This is not the time. And I don't have all the muscle she does, but it still works. So
yeah.
Anyway, so she came out with Edge. Rhea Ripley was not there. Rhea was actually in Australia. I'm sorry, non-kayfabe. She was in Australia. She just wasn't there on Raw kayfabe. And Beth was basically, oh, did I, hurt her too bad? Did I spear her too bad, or whatever? That's why she's not here. Basically, they end up issuing a challenge to Rhea and Finn Balor at Elimination Chamber. So it'll be Edge, Beth Phoenix versus Finn Balor and Rhea Ripley at Elimination Chamber. And I'm wondering how they book this, because you have Rhea going into a championship match at WrestleMania. She can't take an L. However, Edge and Beth just came back, and they do some redemption from when they got let out. So I do believe they'll win, but I believe Finn Balor will take the pin.
Most
it
likely,
will not be Rhea. Yeah, it will not be Rhea. So
I feel like Dominic will somehow be a reason of why they may lose, a main factor. The Judgment Day will definitely be out there for some type of rallying of the troops, of being there to cheer them on. But I think they will also be the reason why they had lost too, because I don't see Edge and Beth, they're coming back so strong, losing.
Yeah.
And then you have,
and it's about the redemption, right?
Right. I figured it would have been Dom and Rhea, but okay, sure. We'll put Finn.
I thought so too.
He's the stronger of the all, but I figured it would have been with Dom as the main reason, because he was a factor in this stuff too. So
I thought it would be Dom and Rhea as well. I'm assuming it's because, to your point, Finn obviously would give the better match anyway.
yes.
And I'm assuming Dom will be a reason why they end up losing by accident or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
I feel like he might try and get involved and end up actually hurting them more than helping them. So
correct. Yes.
Dom's doing well, whatever he's doing right now. I think he's doing great. I think about 3, 4, or 5 months ago, we were like, I don't know if an attitude change is going to help Dominic, because he's really bland, but man, were we wrong?
Eating our words, man. Because
killing it, man.
We know what. Actually, Les, we said this. We said that we were happy for the change because we didn't know what the Dom character was going to be. He needed this change. He needed a change from his dad. So we were really rooting for this big old change up, this switch up, this 360, quick and fast. And I love the direction that they are going with Dom. The vignettes with his dad, and is all really, really good stuff.
The sign placement.
Yeah,
I was laughing so hard. Eddie's your real father. Look at her. Look at Beth. Look at her muscles, dude. Like, are you shitting me? Ridiculous. Anyway, it was a fun segment.
Yeah, it was.
It was a very fun segment. They set up the match for Elimination Chamber. I'm looking forward to it. Again, I'm assuming Beth Montez is on his single push. That single push is starting. Again, he's another one of my favorites for Elimination Chamber to win it. I feel like he could be a surprise winner.
Because he's going to perform his ass off.
Shock value.
Yes.
Might have Austin retain through Mania, so we'll see. But we'll see. We'll see. What else? Let's see. We also, again, Rhea was in Australia, so she was not there. We did have the fatal 4-way to determine a place in the Elimination Chamber between a returning Carmella, Piper Niven, Mia Michin, and Candice
Whichever one
LeRae.
you want to call her.
Mia Michin Yim.
Mia Michin Yim. There you go. That's it.
So
Michin
first
Yim.
of all, Carmella looks incredible. All right, like she looks.
She's
amazing.
never looked bad. That's the whole thing. That's the thing
Ever.
that's the thing about Carmella that really like annoys me, I guess, because she always looks good. I've never seen her look, even when she was with Zelina, like she's always been good. It's just
she's
that
always been good. Look, Carmella. People have mixed feelings about Carmella. Carmella to me is, and I think I've said this before. To me, she is the Miz of the women's division. Her and Natty. So basically, they call on them because they are
fillers,
reliable, consistent, and they can give a good match. For some reason, people like to hate.
Wait. Stop. Let's retract that. Natty probably can give you a good match.
Natty can for sure give you a good match. Carmella's a good worker on the other side of the ring when you need someone to look good. Does that make sense?
Okay, because
that's what I mean by I'm not saying it's a 5-star match. I'm saying she'll give you a good match, as in she's gonna make you look that much because she's a great seller.
Okay,
she has great character work in the ring, especially when she does like the screaming and the yell. Like she's like, what?
What?
Yes. Like to me, that's all very entertaining. She has a very entertaining factor to her matches.
Okay,
like if you watch this Fatal 4-Way. She was back to her old Carmella antics where like someone else knocks people out and she's trying to pin them real quick and like and she's like freaking out because she can't get it. I love that about her. I love that character work that she does. She will never be the woman of the women's division, but she is a constant. She is a constant. She is reliable and she's entertaining. I'm sorry. To me, she's very entertaining. She came back out to her old music.
Right, she did say
the moonwalking, trash talking, Princess of Staten Island. And I love it. I love the gear. She's wearing pants again. She hasn't worn pants in years. Wrestling. I don't know. She just looked great. I was kind of hoping Piper would win.
I thought. Okay, see that I feel like we needed two bigger. Okay, so if you have two big, you had the two tougher girls. Okay, per se, that would be her and Raquel. Then you put Asuka. Then you had Nikki, who was one of the smaller girls, and then you had Natty. I feel like Piper would have like narrowed it around. Now, if you would have taken Nikki out and put Carmella, that would have been fine too. I don't understand the purpose of Nikki being there.
Don't know why Nikki's in there, other than the unpredictable factor of her, because she does do some wild stuff, right? You can't predict it, so it can be entertaining. But I feel like. Personally, I would have had Piper and Carmella in that match. That's just me. Again, Dolores said she can be serviceable to boost someone. I think can be a Dolph type worker. Okay, that's actually a good comparison.
I like that. Okay,
I would compare that. Natty's like Miz. Natty's the Miz of the women's division. Carmella's the Dolph of the women's division. That's actually a great comparison.
I like
Dolores.
that one.
I like that. Ladarius, hello. Good morning.
Hi, Ladarius.
No, that's perfect because Dolph also loses all the time, but he's a great worker in the ring. He makes other people look wonderful. And he's very entertaining. So anyway, Carmella won this Fatal 4-Way. Piper actually looked amazing in this match. Like she was dominant. She was all over that ring. They have her wrestling, in my opinion, more like Piper Niven from NXT UK than she was before. They're actually letting her move in the ring way more than just like those big, dominant spots. She was actually moving in the ring in this match. So she looked wonderful, but I knew because she was looking so good, I was like, okay, she's not winning.
She's not gonna win.
She's not winning. She looks way too good in this match.
But they could have booked this so much better. Elimination Chamber is coming up, which is next Saturday, correct?
Next Saturday.
So, I mean, going into this thing, I'm like, okay, sure, whatever, like, cool. We have to have one, of course, because Bianca needs an opponent. But now, out of the girls, the only
right?
It better be. It better not be nobody but her.
Some people are saying Liv, and I'm like, look,
Girl.
I love Liv and all, but
So now
There's
we're
no
swapping Rhea
heat
for Liv
there.
because right, we're swapping the girls. That's one from SmackDown and one from Raw. So we're gonna swap them out. This is stupid. I'm sorry. Third
There's no
is
heat
dumb.
there.
There's nothing.
We know
No,
Liv
there's
and Bianca absolutely love each other, so that would require
SP,
one
can
of
you
them to
put
become
your
more
back
of an
on?
antagonist, and it's like, why? So there,
Right.
I don't see Liv winning, but
Put the girls that's in the elimination chamber back on the screen for me, please.
it's Asuka,
SP.
Raquel, Nikki Cross, Liv Morgan, Carmella, and there's one more spot,
So we got to do one more match, basically.
I believe. Right? There's one more spot. It has to be Asuka because Asuka has this brand new character where we don't know if she's face or heel. I believe we think she's face.
I think she's a face-ish.
But
you need that type of fear or doubt in Bianca. That's the whole point. This is how this will run. Like, it's not
You're
going
talking
to
about
run.
a WrestleMania match. You need some doubt.
Definitely some doubt for sure.
No, all the spots are filled. Asuka, Liv, Raquel, Cross, Natty, and Carmella. Thank you.
Okay.
So was Carmella the last one? Maybe she was the last one.
I think okay. See, okay, maybe Raquel. Okay, if Asuka doesn't win, I would pick Raquel. Those are the only.
I'm like the only other one there I could see going into a Mania match that they're kind of behind is Raquel. But again, she's a face. Bianca's a face. Who cares? Do you see what I'm saying? Why would anyone care?
Right. Exactly. That part.
Dolores said it was foreshadowing when Bianca came out. Asuka was only one in the ring while ladies were outside. Correct. I truly do believe Asuka is going to be the one that wins. And I'm to be honest, the match should be incredible. The build, no. Other than I guess we'll see, but I believe Asuka will be the one. There it is. Liv, Asuka, Raquel, Nikki, Natty, Carmella. Natty's in there because she's going to be the Iron Woman of this match.
Yeah, she's definitely okay.
She's going to keep the pace.
She may go first. She may start
and they're in Canada.
And oh yes, you have to have. You got it.
She has to have Canada pop. We get it, girl.
Right.
We get it.
So they're gonna probably start with Liv and maybe Natty. Because it's 4 chambers, right?
Yeah, there's 4
maybe
chambers,
Liv
and then there's 2 that start. So
right.
I'm thinking. Wait, put it back up. Sorry, Sid. Put it back up one more time.
I
Sid's
would
like, God damn it. So who are the hills? Hold on. Carmella's hill, Nikki's hill. That's it. There's only 2 hills.
And is that?
I guess Asuka, if you're considering her hill.
This is God. Oh my God. They have
only 2 hills.
This is awful.
That's odd. Okay. Maybe you start with Nikki and Liv.
That's what I'm saying. Liv is going to start this off.
Liv's going to start for sure.
Liv has.
I think it's going to be Nikki and Liv.
Bianca's probably
Raquel's going to be second to last to come out.
Yes.
I think.
Yes.
Natty. It could be Natty and Nikki. It's either Natty or Liv that are going to be starting.
Right. I think
because again, Natty's there to keep the pace. Asuka will probably be third out, maybe. Because they're going to want to have her look dominant in most of this, especially if you're going into a Mania match. So
right.
Again, people, we don't know for sure, but we are guessing it is going to be Asuka.
Definitely
it's the one that makes the most sense. It's the one people care about the most because Liv is face, Raquel's face. We've seen Carmella and Bianca 80 times. Love them both, but we're done with that.
And hence why I didn't think that they would have picked Carmella.
Well, because she's entertaining. So I actually get why they picked Carmella. I don't get why Nikki's in it, but
yeah, okay, you're right.
Over Piper, because Piper has that big girl factor.
Yes, that's why she should have been.
And that's what makes it fun in Chamber because you're kind of scared.
Hello. Hi, Frantic. Good morning.
Hi, Boy Blue. Hi, Frantic.
Hi, Boy Blue.
Good morning, y'all. All right, moving on. Anyway, Carmella won. She's going to the Chamber. It's next Saturday.
Exactly.
I guess we can do some quick predictions at the end.
Yes,
of this
we'll
show
do a quick prediction.
Chamber.
Yes.
And then the biggest match of the night.
That's very true. We've seen
We've
it.
seen
Both
Bianca Carmella almost as many times as we've seen Rhea and Charlotte. I don't know. We'll get there. We'll get there. Don't you worry, Sid. We have to get to SmackDown, and then I will say my piece on that. There was a steel cage match that main evented Monday Night Raw between Bayley and Becky Lynch. That was supposed to happen on Raw 30. Didn't happen. They did it this Monday. They made them the focal point. The crowd was very loud for this. They were here for it.
They were ready. They were waiting.
Two of the best women to ever step in the ring, in my opinion. And they delivered. So the match itself, a lot of fun. It was very hard hitting. So I went back and watched it. So as the Becky fan that I am, whenever she has a major match, I like hold my breath the whole time because I'm like excited and like nervous and I'm just like,
yes,
I can't take it in for what it is at the time because I'm like, don't want anything to go wrong or like I don't want anyone to get hurt. Like, so that's just how I am. But so I watch it again usually afterwards, and then I'm able to really like look at it. This was very hard hitting. So if you guys go back and watch this match, they were hitting the shit out of each other on the cage, on the floor, each other. They're both somewhat brawlers. They're both technical wrestlers. So it's exactly what I was expecting out of them. And it was really good. And they still weren't, in my opinion, at full gear, if that makes sense.
Right. Like they wasn't like,
which told me this isn't it.
Okay.
To me, they were at like maybe 85%.
Okay.
And that, what I mean by that is that told me that they are not done. And that there's more to this than because I'm like, the cage match, everyone thought the cage match was it. And I'm like, I don't know. And then when I saw it, I'm like, no, there's a much more story to be told here. So
right, especially since
obviously, yes. So
yes.
in the match, for the most part, Damage Control was out of it, if you will. And then right towards the end, Dakota's on crutches, first of all. She can't move very much. She hands the crutch to Bayley through the crack of the cage. Bayley goes to hit Becky, and Io gets involved. Becky was on top of the thing. Io's starting to climb up to come get her, knocks Becky down on top of the cage, and then that's when Dakota hands the crutch to her so Bayley can hit her with it, and all of a sudden Lita's music hits. She comes running out. Crowd's going crazy. I mean, it's Lita. It makes sense why this was supposed to happen on Raw 30 because the legends were coming back. Lita is a legend. It would have made complete sense for her to show up then. But she showed up on Raw, and I was just happy. Just excited to see her. Becky was happy to see her. And Lita takes out Io off the cage. She takes out Dakota with the crutch. She even redoes the spot. So if you watch the match with Lita and Victoria from 19 years ago, there is a spot with the cage door where Lita gets taken out with the door.
Oh yeah, she slams it against it. Yes,
she slams it. And so she did the same thing to Bayley.
Yes.
So it was a recreation of that spot from the cage match 19 years ago. But Bayley starts to come out. She slams the door on her. Bayley gets hit. She's holding her head, turns around, and Becky Lynch hits the manhandle slam on her, gets the 3. Lita's in there. She goes into inside the steel cage with Becky. Good morning, Eddie.
Hi, Eddie, good morning.
And they celebrate. They're hugging. You hear Lita say, "I got your back, girl. I got you." Becky looks like she's almost in tears. Bayley's in shock.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Everyone just woke up. Hello.
Hi.
Happy Super Bowl Sunday. We're talking about wrestling right now, but
yeah.
hope you guys have your Super Bowl meals planned out. We're making it a pretty quick show today, so you guys can get on with your busy Super Bowl day. So anyway, so Bayley or Lita's here. Her and Becky are celebrating in the ring, and the show goes off, and the speculation begins. Right, so Lita's back. Thank God. Look, first of all, when she came back last year, the girl could still move. She could still move. And I was like, why don't they just sign her to like a Legends contract and have her, whatever. Maybe they did. I don't know. Like similar to Edge.
I know
he comes back for the bigger pay-per-views and whatever.
Doesn't she work backstage though? I know she's still like with the company or whatever. I
honestly don't know.
Okay.
Could be. So a lot of people are thinking this is going to lead to Trish either returning this Monday on Raw to help out even the odds, because we are going to Canada and we may get a Lita, Becky, Trish versus Damage Control match at Elimination Chamber, which would be incredible. So
Trish would be Bayley's partner?
No. Trish would be with Lita and Becky versus Damage Control.
3
versus 3.
3 versus 3. Got you. Okay, I'm like
6-woman tag match. Which makes sense. Cute. You want to put Trish and Lita maybe in a tag match, not in a necessarily singles match per se, but at least not now.
And Becky can
but we'll see. I don't know. It might just be because isn't technically Dakota injured?
Supposedly.
So that would leave Io and Bayley.
Right.
So maybe it's just Lita and Becky, but I guess we'll see. We'll find out on Monday where it's going, because Elimination Chamber is next week. Some people have said maybe it's Lita and Becky versus Bayley and Io, and then Dakota will come out and attack, and then all of a sudden Trish will come out in Canada and help. Some people have said that as well. And she'll get a huge pop, right?
Yes.
So that's possible as well. The possibilities are endless here. I think we are headed to Becky versus Bayley at WrestleMania for the final and third and final match. I don't know what that'll be. Okay. I'm kind of hoping it's like a last woman standing or something. That'd be awesome.
I was about to say, what kind of match would you call it? They just did the cage match, right?
Some people. So, do you remember the rumor a couple months ago that they wanted to do Hell in a Cell at WrestleMania?
I was thinking maybe a Hell in a Cell. I would love that.
So they might do Hell in a Cell, because this cage match, they kind of showed how Dakota was still able to cheat because she could get her crutch through the crack. Right. Hell in a Cell, you can't get in.
No,
you can't get in. It's not. It's a different type of cage. You have room around the ring and a door that's locked. There's no and there's a top. You can't climb over it. Yeah. So it's a different type of cage. So I could definitely see them saying, okay, to make sure your girls are out and can't get in here, we're making it a Hell in a Cell match at WrestleMania. Yeah. That would be huge.
I like that one. Yes.
Especially since they're taking away the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. That would be huge to give that gimmick to WrestleMania.
We don't really need it. Like, we don't need a whole show for.
Well, it's called Hell in a Cell, and you only have like one Hell in a Cell match. It's like,
right?
Why are we calling this Hell in a Cell? Like, it didn't make sense. I'm kind of glad he's getting rid of the gimmick pay-per-view like that. It's done. We all love Hell in a Cell, the match, but all the other matches on the pay-per-view weren't Hell in a Cell matches. So it's like,
so you're filling in something that's just for one thing.
Correct.
No.
So why not go ahead and put that Hell in a Cell on a bigger pay-per-view and call it a day? So I think that's where we're headed. We will see, obviously. I did try and get it out of Becky. She's put a big smiley face and said, I guess you have to keep watching to find out. And I was like, I can't stand you. That's what I told her. I sent her a mean face picture of herself, and I was like, this is the face I'm making at you right now. And she started laughing. So that's it for Raw. Lita is back. Rhea and Finn versus Edge and Beth are set for Elimination Chamber. We'll see, obviously, where Becky, Bayley, Lita are going. And Mella's in the chamber. So
yeah,
we'll see. Let's move on to NXT. NXT had a couple different things. I did not watch it live. I'll be honest, folks. The only thing I watched live was the Bayley Toxic Attraction Ding Dong Hello segment.
Yep.
Ding Dong. Because I saw online that I had asked, I'm like, did I miss Bayley? And everyone's like, oh, she's coming out right now. And I turned it on. So that's the only reason why I saw it live. So first of all, I love Ding Dong Hello show. Out of all the little WWE shows they have in the ring, this one's the most fun. She's absolutely obnoxious.
One of the best ones of the
one of the best ones. I absolutely love it. Better than Miz TV. I'm sorry.
It is.
It is.
Even
It
what
is.
the in the
It's better than
MVP
MVP
lounge.
Lounge.
It's one
Better
of the
than KO show. I'm sorry.
because they're all the same shit.
It is all the same shit.
It's all of the same. I'm sorry.
Except Bailey has a door, and I love it.
Right.
And people have to walk through it, and if they don't, she absolutely loses their shit about it, and I love it. You have to use the door. Like she's just like freaking out. Anyway, so we're just jumping to this for now. So obviously Bailey came out through the door. Ding dong, hello. She introduces toxic attraction. They're not even talking to one another. They're giving attitude.
Yeah,
they're pissy.
Like, what's happening?
Come to the door. JC Jane uses the mat, and Bailey's like, "Oh, I like you. You use the mat." Gigi comes in, rolls her eyes, like, "I'm not using the mat. I'm not doing that." They sit down. You know, Bailey's asking them questions, kind of stirring the pot a little bit. And they're kind of cutting heel and face promos already. Yes. But in the end, like they even teased, well, maybe we'll come after Damage Control. And I'll be honest, I
wanted that to happen. I got
so excited. I was like, yes. I'm like, this would be such a cool way to transition the team from NXT to main roster. Like, how cool would that be? Right? Yep. You're literally threatening the Damage Control leader. And so I was like, it's happening. And she's like, great. And then Bailey looks at them and she's like, all right, don't get crazy. Just hug it out. Y'all will be all right. All right. Just calm down. Right. They hug it out. We think we're good to go. Hands raised. Little ending thing comes up. Like the show's ending. And all of a sudden, JC Jane kicks the shit out of Gigi with a super kick. And then she throws her into the door. She hits that door so hard. I don't know if the door was supposed to open.
Right. I don't know if break or whatever, but it was still sturdy.
She hit it straight on. It didn't move.
Yeah. Nope.
And then
it just dented.
And then JC kicks the shit out of her into the door again.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you have the picture of the bruise, but Gigi posts the picture of the bruise that it left.
No.
It looks bad. Like so bad. But I'll be honest, man. JC Jane is going to be a amazing heel in this. She's already an amazing heel in Toxic Attraction, but this was like next level. Like it was vicious. It was vicious.
Sad.
Bailey's face was hilarious because she was like, oh my god, like, oh my what happened? Like she looked shocked. Some people are very sad.
I was very sad for the fact that I figured that they were being pushed to go to the main roster. I think that was their next level to do. I figured that they would be the ones to take Damage Control out and be the tag partners because they were a legit tag team. So I'm like, what happened? Like, why did this not like do this? But I like the foreshadowing of what happened. They used it from like the Shawn Michaels, Marty Jannetty heel turn way back. It's like the same kind of like format, just in a different location. One was at the barbershop, one was at someone's like location.
Someone complaining. I don't know who it was, but some journalist, I forgot who it was, but they were complaining that it was too much alike Marty Jannetty. They're like, well, I get like paying homage too, but it was like too much just like it. I'm like, can you just enjoy things? Shut up. Just enjoy things. Like, good God. Like, anyway. The Ding Dong Hello segment felt very Michael and Jannetty. Correct. I think that was the purpose. I think Michaels obviously did that on purpose to pay homage to that. And most people are saying it was actually more vicious than the Michaels Jannetty spot. Like that was pretty bad. That was pretty bad. GZ and JC will have a great match. I think they will. I think there'll be emotions involved. Yeah. I think JC is going to make an amazing heel. I'm curious to see how Gigi does as a face.
Right.
I know people love her and like her. I just don't know, like her gimmick.
I want to say, is there a butt? What's your butt?
Well, her gimmick is, well, she does her butt is why people like her. No, I'm just kidding. No, like I don't. Sorry. Like her gimmick is very dark and like. Right? So I'm trying to figure out how she makes that face.
Okay. Right, because she has the rose with her, the orange rose with her. So how does she play that off? I feel like they were great.
Well, the dark makeup. This the
With the
dark
dark
makeup,
the bright
whole,
orange
like,
hair.
weird, like whatever. I don't know how you make that face. I guess that's her job to figure out, not mine. But I'm just saying, I'm interested to see how she does it. I guess what I'm trying to say. JC is already showing me that she's going to be a vicious hill. So I guess we'll see, people. I guess we will see. But most people were shocked at the end of that.
Wait, say that again.
I think most people were shocked at the end of that segment.
Yeah, I was very shocked. I thought again, like I like the whole like threatening to go to damage control. I like that whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
So
I did too. I got so excited. I'm like, what a cool way to transition someone from NXT to main roster if that's what I thought they were doing. And then they weren't.
Right.
What else happened? Zoe Stark and Sol Ruka. Is it Ruka or Ruka? Ruka? First of all, Sol is impressive as shit. Every time this woman gets in the ring, I'm just like, amazed. She's so good. And she's so young. And Zoe's one of the better wrestlers in general.
Mm-hmm.
And Sol looked like the star in this match. She's just really good. From what I saw of it, it was a good match. It was fun. Zoe sold her ass off for her. And I don't know, she made Sol made Sol look great, but Zoe also helped. Zoe won. I like how she's kind of like this doesn't like the bullshit.
Right, she's like straight up, right, just
like,
straight to it and like
just really,
with
just
no
really
nonsense
funny.
foolishness. Yeah,
she's like, oh, maybe if I she tweeted, if I shake my ass more, maybe
you like me.
People like me more or something. And then she posts a video where it looks like she's about to go shake her ass, and she turns around and just gives a finger. And I'm like,
see, that's what Lacey Evans needs to be like. But we can talk about that, once we get to that part of the show.
Roxanne Perez, the champion.
I love how you say something without saying something, but say something. It's great stuff, guys.
We'll get to SmackDown. Roxanne Perez chose a returning Mako. Is it Miko or Mako?
Mako. I think it's Mako.
Mako. It is Mako. Thank you. Satomura to face Kaden and Katana next week on NXT. I think most people were not obviously expecting her to pick Mako, but I'm kind of happy to see her back.
Yeah.
I would like to see her on the show more. I don't know. Is she living here? Or is she flying back?
I want to say SP could answer that question. I could probably be wrong and I said wrong stuff,
SP.
But I liked her as the partner. I didn't see that coming because I'm like, okay, well,
I did not see that coming.
First of all, my whole thing with NXT, you make these girls lose at their pay-per-view. Now they're going into this big old match against. Okay, see, so she had
Mako had a visa issue. A
lot of
so it must be resolved.
Must be
resolved.
Must be. But you have the girls, the tag team lose last week, which I didn't see coming. No problem.
Mm-hmm.
Then you now put them in a big old match with the champion and Miko. Like they're going to lose.
Make sense to me.
It doesn't make any sense. Like
definitely gonna lose. Just move Katana and Cadence up to main roster now as a tag team. They're one of your established tag teams. Just do it. Well, if you want to. I guess at this point they don't give a shit about tag teams anyway.
That's what I think that's what it like. Okay, don't take the titles either away or whatever, because on both rosters is like there's nothing there. What is you either put girls together that are not have ambitions to be together. Then I
feel like that's what they're doing, because now they're doing that Mania shit, I think, that they normally do, where they put random people together. Because now you have Liv and Raquel, and you have Chelsea and Sonya, which I actually liked. We'll get to SmackDown again, but they're trying to do that random tag team thing again. And I'm like, just don't do it. Just don't do it.
Just don't do it. Like it's oh my god.
That's happening next week on NXT.
Good morning, Romeo. How are you, friend?
That's it for NXT that I know of that I remember. New 4 Horsewomen, NXT, Tiffany, Roxanne, Cora, Soul.
Okay, see, here's the thing. Okay, look. I would take out
Cora's in that, hun.
Correct. I was about to say that. Thank you, friend. I was with you until I see like Tiffany. I can definitely see as one of them.
Tiffany, yes. Roxanne, yes.
Roxanne,
Soul,
yes. Soul,
Cora,
yes.
no. Sorry, Antoine. If that's your girl, I apologize. Dynamite. Stephanie did not watch, so Stephanie's gonna leave this one to Miss Krssi. I did not watch Dynamite. Look, I'll be honest. Wednesday I was super busy, and that's the only reason why I did not see the highlight. I didn't see highlights or anything, y'all. I was busy.
Okay. The part that I did see. Hold on one second, because one of my children want to bother me now. They want as they see me recording. Your father is downstairs, son.
That's a long walk.
That sounds very personal. Here, take that. Sorry.
We are mothers. This is gonna happen on this show, y'all. I apologize.
And mine's are they're older than yours, so
yeah, mine are younger. So you might hear a random baby knocking on my door. I think he's walking with his dad right now, so I think he's all right, but you hear him randomly screaming at the other side of the door going, "Mama!" I'm like,
right,
okay. Because he doesn't understand, hey, I'm recording. He's 2. So he's gonna be like, okay, and
right, and that's how I think mine's the 11-year-old just did. I'm like, so like,
see, my daughter's 10. She knows better though. I'm like, do not.
So yeah, so when I get off this podcast, it's gonna be a problem. But anywho, so
Dynamite.
on Dynamite Wednesday, do we have our champion? Yes, right. The champion went against the bunny, and this was something where they had to like finish very fast because whatever the spot was, the bunny got injured. I think, did she have a concussion, SP? That is correct, right?
I think I did read something about her getting a concussion.
So like, I think there was not even like 5 minutes in, and then they had to like kind of like finish it because she went down so hard, and they was like, oh no, like, okay, we have to do this because it doesn't look good. The bunny was like,
it was reported after the fact that she got a concussion.
I hope the bunny is okay. I think it would have been something really good to see. Jamie Hayter is so good. I didn't know.
She's amazing.
I think she's one of the, out of all of them that they have had, I think she's one of the good ones, the better ones. I don't know if that's because she's in heel or she is just like, she is actually wrestling her hoo-ha off in there. And it's
she's
just
a great wrestler.
Right.
She makes a great heel, but I honestly believe that she would make a great face as well if they ever want to turn her that way.
I think
the crowd loves her. She gets great crowd reaction. She's just good. She's good.
Her look is amazing. Good. I love she doesn't wear the same thing all the time. It just looks so good on her. She just changes up the colors. I mean the format. She is a badass. I love that. Jamie versus the bunny was good, but the bunny got hurt. Yes, they had to do it. Thank you, Frantic. So yeah, I think again it started off great, and then you were like, why did it end so fast? And then you seen the reports was that the bunny was injured and it got a concussion. So I pray she is okay. And everything went
good for them for ending the match quickly then.
Yes.
So there was, I just want to chime in here. There was a report that, or a quote from Jade Cargill that just, I think was posted today. She said, I believe it's time for me to start having storylines with Britt Baker or Jamie Hayter or Saraya or Toni Storm and working those storylines. I know I can do it. I have the charisma to do it. This brings up what we were just talking about last week. They have to change her formula. She's been on the same formula and shtick
since she got there.
She's become champion. Since she's gotten there. And I'm fine with the 50-0 streak, but if she's that dominant, why is she not in storylines with some of the top women on Dynamite? I get you can't be champion versus champion, so I get why she can't be with Jamie Hayter. But why isn't she with a program with Britt Baker? Why isn't she in a program with Saraya? Why isn't she in a program with Toni Storm, who was just a previous women's champion? It doesn't make sense.
It has so many women that are there that she could have had. You don't have to, like, they've desecrated the whole baddies group. Like that was a part of her gimmick, and now that's gone.
Yeah.
So
she's right. It's time, and the fact that she has to say that tells me that apparently didn't have the confidence in her or something.
Yeah.
Did they not have the confidence in her? The fact that she said that makes me think they didn't, and that's why she needs to say it. Like, I can do it. You're making me this top girl, dominant wrestler, with my 50-0 streak, but I'm not good enough to be programmed with Britt Baker. Do it. Pull the trigger. Get her out of this same formula that she has been in.
She
Get
can
her
drop
in something different.
Drop the title to another girl. It's time. She's had it from its inception. It's fine. We've gotten it. Like, okay, you've done 50-0, girl. Like, you've gotten better as you got here. You were green when you came here.
Mm-hmm.
Much better now. Let's take it out. And I
want Chris Statlander to dethrone her, but there's no reason why she can't have a program with Britt or Toni Storm or someone in the interim. It's time to switch it up for Jade, because it's getting very repetitive.
I even want her to switch up her ring gear.
Well, see, she doesn't she, like, she's coming out as like different characters and stuff at pay-per-views, which is pretty cool. Like, she's the She-Hulk. That was really cute. Like, and she had Storm once.
Mm-hmm. But I think
she comes out as like almost like superhero characters, which I liked. So she does switch up her hair and whatever. The formula, because it's usually backstage segment, baddies dominate, backstage segment, pay-per-view, she wins, backstage segment, they dominate. Like, it's like, okay, we get it.
Yes.
We got it. There's no more baddies hardly. So at this point, I don't know how dominant they can be.
I mean, right. Like,
isn't it just Layla Gray left? That's it, right?
It's just Layla Gray. Yep, that's it. Layla Gray.
Anything else happen on Dynamite?
Well, hold on. Let me
for the women?
For the women. Wasn't Ruby so...
Oh, didn't Saraya and Tony cut a promo?
Yes.
Something?
See, I got home late from work, so I seen like the bits and parts that I need to see. So I missed the promo. However, I did go back and I did see that they had beat up someone last week. Who did they beat up last week? They beat up
Britt.
So I guess they were talking about that part in the promo on why they beat up Britt. I guess they're the ones that are here now. I think they're doing the whole spiel where they're the AEW of like now per se, of like how did they SP, I need your help.
Being the outliers, the AEW outliers.
There we go.
The AEW homegirls or whatever. Yeah.
So it's the old versus the new, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens now. And they sprayed L's on them. Yes, they did. Thank you, Dolores. I appreciate you, friend.
And where did Cheetah go? I thought wasn't Cheetah involved, and then she just kind of just wasn't. I'm like, is she
right? See, a lot of
part of this.
Yeah, like she does not know what she like. Is she a face or is she a heel now? Like she was like in the middle, kind of per se. Like she like. I don't know.
We'll say my problem with Sue. If you mean AEW, my problem with AEW is when Jade got her 50 win, they didn't make a big deal about it.
Right.
If it was Britt, she would have fireworks, confetti, the whole like the roster.
You also like her 50th,
put
like
on shoulders.
The person was what she went against Red Velvet, who she's went against before. So it's not like you've done 50-0, but you've already beaten this girl already. Like it should have been someone that you didn't beat. 2, it should be like something where more impactful. Like yes, they should have been they should have made it a bigger deal. Like yes, if it was Britt,
it would have been on a pay-per-view. To be honest,
that's what I was saying.
A 50 win.
A 50 win, and it should have been like someone that was like meaningful, if that makes sense. Because if you're gonna show me as this dominant girl Why don't
or
we
someone
have
that casts doubt. She has the same problem as Bianca. She's dominant. And so it's like, unless you convince
strong? She's
me
the strong
that
S
there's
like
some
that.
doubt that she might actually lose,
Mm-hmm.
why should people care? We knew she was gonna beat Red Velvet. Now, given there's some emotional ties there, there's some
Right.
personal ties there, which that made it interesting at least. But it's like we knew she was gonna win.
Yep.
I guess. Anyway. All right. So was it for Dynamite.
Yep.
SmackDown.
Tell me what happened on
let's talk about
SmackDown, girl.
First of all, I just want to say, and actually I forgot to mention this on Raw, and I apologize. Chelsea Green. Can we just say this girl is absolutely killing this role? Like, she is entertaining the shit out of me. I'm literally laughing out loud at this stuff. She's literally going to Adam Pearce and going, do you know where the manager is? Like, after asking him last week the same thing, and he's like, manager. And then she did this on Raw. Then he, oh yeah, sorry, I forgot about that. I apologize. We didn't talk about her on Raw. So she demanded a match on Raw. She's like, you better find me an opponent or I'm going to your manager. And he's like, all right, bet. And he sends out Asuka. I totally forgot about this. He sends out Asuka. Her face is like petrified because she was like, that's not what I meant by I wanted to face somebody, right? Like she's kind of like, what? Asuka completely, well, she did make Chelsea look a little strong. So I'm not going to say she decimated her, but then the girls in the chamber match all came out and were surrounding the ring, which I was like, where the fuck did they come from?
Where the fuck is this going? Yeah.
And
I saw that online and I'm like, what's happening?
We jump back to Raw real quick. Yeah. I forgot about this. Asuka beats Chelsea. Asuka standing in the ring, and then you have all the women who are in the chamber surrounding the ring. Bianca comes out, cuts a promo, says, you know, you guys are all world-class athletes, you know, face promo. And Asuka's the one standing in the ring looking at Bianca while all the rest of them are on the sides, which I think is what someone mentioned earlier. That was kind of a foreshadowing. That's probably going to be Asuka versus Bianca at Mania. So yeah, but then Chelsea's like complaining and upset. And then she shows up on SmackDown. She's a Raw star. Shows up on SmackDown, says she wants to talk to the SmackDown manager. And it's Adam Pearce. And he's again like, Chelsea, it's me. Like, I'm the manager. And she's like, okay, nice to meet you. So, and then she just goes on. It's just hilarious because it's like, she's like, nice to meet you. Like, she hasn't seen him 3 times before and done the same thing. And so he puts her in, and then Sonya shows up. She's complaining. And he's like, you were just in a title match last week. What are you complaining about? But he's like, you know what? Y'all just be a tag team, and y'all are going to go against Liv and Raquel later. All right? How about that? And then Sonya's like, I don't want to be in a tag team with her. And they're both like complainers. So I kind of like the vibes. It's funny.
Yes.
And
because they're kind of similar almost in the two, where Chelsea is like this big, like she's like annoying and she needs everything to like be taken care of. Like, oh, who can I speak to? Like, who she wants to get someone in trouble so she can get her way. So she's a Karen. She's
a Karen on steroids basically in WWE.
Right. Love her.
Sonya still thinks she has some pull because she used to be boss.
Right.
And so she likes to boss Adam Pearce around and thinks she's owed all these things. And so she thinks she's still a manager. Chelsea thinks she's a Karen basically, and everything should be done for her the way she wants them done. It makes sense to make them a tag team because they're both absolutely obnoxious and hilarious and like completely just out of their minds, if you will.
Yes.
So anyway, so he set up the match between Sonya and Chelsea versus Raquel and Liv. So they had a match that night. It went as you expected. Raquel and Liv actually worked well together. I don't know if this is going to be a random tag team thing we're doing for Mania.
They are going to be probably. You got to have. Yep. You got to have the girls show out for just Mania, so they're going to have good coordinating outfits. I'm guessing. We get one spot for whatever. They're probably going to put them on night 2, and they're going to have to now get random girls. We're probably going to have another tournament for the girls to be, in the tag match against the Damage Control at WrestleMania, most likely, I'm sure.
Yeah, that I'm assuming. I don't know. I don't know. It was fun. Obviously, it was hilarious. Raquel and Liv won. Um, Chelsea was pissed. Sonya was pissed. I would like to see them move forward as a tag team, not Liv Raquel so much, but Sonya and Chelsea, I'm here
like
for.
why are we putting Liv and like again? You always like pushing Liv into some random group too, and she was with
Yeah.
Rhea last year, so it's like now
And
you
Rhea
got her.
happens to be one of Raquel's best friends in real life. So it's actually kind of funny. Liv's not pairing with Raquel. So it's like, she's like a tag team hoe. They just put her in random tag teams. And to be honest, she makes it work though. Liv just takes it and adapts to whatever it is, and she makes it work. But she's
That's
a tag
why
team
I was
hoe.
surprised that her and who was her partner? Ruby. They never made them champions. They
Don't
dropped.
get me
That was
started.
when they dropped. That's when
Don't
they
get me
dropped the ball
started.
on. But that's a whole other can of worms. Ruby is now
Do not
gone.
get me started on how the Riot Squad never held the tag team championships. Insane to me.
Tag team, legit. Anywho,
Charlotte Flair cut a promo in the back. So this, me and Sid talked about this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so fucking confused, you guys. Okay, so Michael Cole was interviewing Charlotte Flair in the back, or a pre-recorded thing, and he's asking her questions, and you're 14-time champion, and
blah, blah, blah.
Rhea said, that she needs to get her W and her redemption and blah, and Charlotte, or that you put her in her place last year or whenever they fought. And Charlotte's like, I'll put her in her place this year. Last year, I was teaching her a lesson. Da 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 da. I'm so confused. Rhea, when she cut her promo, sounded face as fuck. Charlotte, who was supposed to be face, sounded heel again. And I'm like, are we switching them? Because for me, badass heel Rhea is working. And I don't want it to change. I want her to get her W, but let her be a badass heel and get her W versus changing them. And if they aren't changing them, they aren't doing very well with these promos, because I'm sorry, but Charlotte sounded like a heel in this promo.
Yes.
And I get it. With Charlotte, you have to walk a fine line because she's a 14-time women's champion. She's beat most of the women. And so she can't brag about that as much as a face. You can't bring it up as much as a face. You can't say, I taught you a lesson last year. I'm going to put you in your place this year. That's a heel thing to say. What you can say is, Rhea gave me a run for my money last year. I am a 14-time women's champion, and I plan on proving that again against Rhea, even though she's at this height of badass, whatever.
Right.
There's a way to cut a face promo and still be like, last year she gave me a run for. What you do is you put the heel over and you say, she gave me a run for my money last year, and I am a 14-time champion, but Rhea's a threat, and I'm gonna try my hardest to make sure she doesn't get this title. There's a way to do it. But they're making Charlotte sound heel again. And I'm like, do you want her to stay face? You have to walk a fine line with the face Charlotte. She cannot sound heel. You can sound dominant. You can sound strong. But she cannot sound braggy. She can't come off as egotistical. She can't come off as I'm better than everybody. Then you fall into heel. And this promo to me was heel. And I'm like, people are going to be cheering for Rhea in this. How do you do that and keep her heel? You have to find the formula. Me and Sid were talking about how confusing it is.
It is very confusing because, again, they're trying to fix this from before, but on the flip side is like, Does it need to
See,
happen now though?
Romeo, it's different. So Romeo said, just like when Seth eventually faces off against Cody again, he shouldn't change the energy he had before. Romeo, it's different because to me, this Seth Rollins character is not heel or face.
No, he's just entertaining.
He's not. He's been loved by the audience. He's being embraced by the audience again. Absolutely. So as far as the audience reaction goes, you can consider him face. But this character works heel or face depending who he's facing. Because he's just this obnoxious, overdramatic character. And it can work either way. You either care about him or you don't care about him. People love Cody. They want Cody to win, right? So they're going to cheer for Cody no matter what Seth is doing. So they're going to cheer for Seth maybe and Cody. It doesn't matter. Like that works. Charlotte has been a heel most of her WWE main roster career. Mm-hmm. She is the most dominant women's champion there is. And if you want the face thing to stick, she can't cross the line back to heel because then people are going to go, oh, yeah.
Correct.
That Charlotte's back, right? Like, if you want her to stay face and put over Rhea as this badass heel, you can't cut heel promos. What exactly has made Charlotte's character face since her return? She literally if you watch Ryan Satin, I think it's Ryan Satin, interview with Charlotte, she even talks about how she has to change her promos to not sound heel anymore. Her reactions in the ring, the way she wrestles, everything has to be done differently because she always wrestled heel. So she said it's been a challenge for her because she has to wrestle differently. I don't know if you remember that video where she won and she snatched the title from Jessica, the referee. And then she was like, oh, yeah. And then she's like, oh, thank you. And she gives her a hug because she is so used to reacting like a heel. So there are certain things you have to watch if you want heel Charlotte to stick while you're putting over a heel Rhea. That's all I'm saying. It's a fine line. It's a fine line.
Well, yes, Dolores is saying when you think about it as a heel and now as a face, she's always thought she was better than everyone and no one can beat her. That is very true. However, you can still have that same energy and still have it come off as a
face.
Correct.
Okay, so let's just take Becky for a second. Becky will talk like she talks the talk and goes, you know, I'm the man, da 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 da, but she still gets her ass beaten down, and then she has to come back as a face and get through that, right? She puts over her opponent in her promo and says, like, you know, and that's what I'm saying. So Charlotte, that's what I'm saying. Charlotte has a very fine line to talk here because you're right. She has always been a confident, dominant champion. I'm not saying that has to change. I'm not saying she's be a scaredy cat. All I'm saying is she has to change her wording. So she's putting over her heel more and saying, you know, Rhea's reached a level, you know, last year, you know, I beat her. She gave me a run for my money. You know, now she's at a whole different level. So I don't know, you know, what kind of Rhea I'm getting in the ring this time.
Yes.
I'm a 14-time women's champion, you know, and I'm going to try my best to make I keep the title. Right.
So she has to show some kind of doubt. If that makes sense.
Kind of doubt, some kind of humility. Like there has to be some kind of something where she's putting Rhea over to the point where it's like, I am this dominant champion, but Rhea is at a different level, right? Like you have to, it's a fine line Charlotte has to walk if you're going to keep her face. That's all I'm saying. Because I would like, to be honest, I would like to see Charlotte a face.
Thank you, Romeo.
Romeo. Charlotte's biggest cheerleader is in the chat right now, and Romeo. And you're right. I don't want to be a scaredy cat. I don't want her to be all, oh my God, she's gonna beat me. Like I'm not saying
right. Exactly.
She has a fine line to walk with her wording. That's all I'm saying. If you want to keep her face.
Yes.
If you don't, then fuck it. But at the same time, I don't want Rhea face. I don't. I want Rhea to stay this badass, like just she's like her character right now is perfect.
Yes.
Perfect for her. And I
And
love
I feel
it.
like
And
she's
she's
having
killing
fun
it.
and yeah, she's
She's
killing
having
it. Yes.
the time of her life, and you can
Yes.
tell she's having
Yes.
the time of her life. And I want that to stick. I want it to stay. People are going to be cheering for her regardless, whether she's face or heel. So it doesn't matter.
I think that's for both girls, though. I think people will cheer for either one if they're heel or face. I think that's what shows their dynamics of their characters. So regardless, I just think that we just need.
When I say cheer for, I mean as far as who people want to win. Most people are going to want Rhea to win, is what I'm saying. If that makes sense. Yes. They're going to cheer for Charlotte. They're going to cheer for Rhea. They're going to boo Charlotte. They're going to boo Rhea. They're going to woo Charlotte. But as far as if you're picking who you want to win in this WrestleMania match, I'm assuming most people are going to want Rhea to win.
Yes.
It makes sense for Rhea to win. But we'll see. Romeo, I can't wait for when we make WrestleMania predictions. I know you're just going to pick Charlotte. We already know, Romeo. We know. What else happened on SmackDown? Natty came out in her cute little hat, which is an homage to her father.
Yes.
Natty came out, cut a promo saying, Shayna, I'm in the Elimination Chamber match. Shayna took me out, broke my nose. She's just a wannabe Ronda Rousey or whatever she said, discount Ronda Rousey or whatever. Shayna comes out pissy, like, I'm really tired of people saying I'm a discount Ronda and I'm a Ronda this. I was winning championships before Ronda even got here. Yes. I was the most dominant NXT Women's Champion before Ronda got here. I was breaking limbs before Ronda got here. And all of a sudden, bad reputation hits. And guess who's back, folks?
Raccoon Eyes. Yay.
Ronda Rousey shows up, does her little fast walk out to the ring, gets in the ring, doesn't say anything. Thank God. Shayna's holding her back from hitting Natty. And then they both jump. Shayna hits Natty first. Then they're jumping her. And all of a sudden, Shotzi comes out, helps Natty. They're both getting their ass beat now. And Ronda and Shayna walk away. Kind of like, whatever. And next week on SmackDown, there is going to be a match between Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey versus Natty and Shotzi.
Another random tag team that we're going to put together that we have to just love now. Great. Good job.
I saw Shayna and Ronda coming. I figured that was the move they were making there when she lost that title to Charlotte. But Natty and Shotzi? We will see. I love them both individually. I think they're both amazing. I just don't know about them as a tag team. So anyway, on SmackDown, it will be the two of them versus Ronda and Shayna. What?
Yay. So that's so exciting.
Not the little raccoon emojis. Dolores, stop it.
Thank you.
Hilarious.
She looks like a raccoon. Tell me I'm lying, guys.
Rickety said Rowdy Raccoon Rousey.
I love the 3 R's. That is great. Ricky, that's a good one. I like that one.
I did not watch Rampage.
Did you say you had something to say about Lacey Evans? I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, shit, I forgot about her. Jesus Christ. Okay, Lacey Evans went against.
Because that's so
random.
Easy to forget. That's why.
All right, y'all. Let's talk about it. I can't post anything on Twitter because Lacey follows me, and I don't want to be like coming off as like an asshole or a hater. But it's like, I don't know, guys. I don't know what to do with Lacey because they've tried everything. She gets no reaction. I think they were booing her by the end of this match. She's a good heel, and I'm okay with her being a heel.
She's always been a good
Bell
heel.
was good.
I just don't know.
I don't know what to do, guys. I don't know what you do with her because she's not getting the kind of reactions you want. From a heel. From anybody. She's not getting the reactions. And she looks amazing.
After having a baby.
What do you do with her? Like, is she going to be the next challenger for Charlotte? Like they're building her to something, right?
I
They had
feel
her
like
dominate this match with the random.com lady with the pink orange hair, and she decimated her, and that was it. Which I'm fine with. You're trying to build her. Are you building her to the title?
My thing with Lacey is this. She has to be a heel regardless. She cannot be anything else. The whole point of what it is with Lacey, I feel like being on SmackDown is such a cluster fuck of like things happening where there's so many girls that get lost in the sauce. And she's one of the girls that's been lost in the sauce. So now they say, okay, we have no choice but to put her here. Right?
Right.
Where they're going wrong is they're trying to figure out all these different gimmicks. When she left us, because she was pregnant, she was this character. She was that character for a reason. Now, if you be the Southern Belle, you can do that. Now, we can turn the Southern Belle up a notch. You don't have to, you can be a Southern Belle and put, you can put on like, you don't have to wear a dress per se. Maybe wear, I don't know, like, you can still have the right, like okay. See, like it can still be that kind of vibe, but still with the like American Nightmare twisted to like the 10th power, but opposite. You understand? Like she could be the total opposite of what Cody is. Does that make sense?
So Dolores said she can't cut a promo to me, and one All American is enough. We got Cody. Like
Dolores,
I like that part. So what I do, like she goes, stand up and salute me, and she does like this, and everyone's like, right? That gets a great reaction,
right?
As soon as she starts wrestling, it's crickets, and I'm like,
right. No one is excited to see her wrestle, and that's the sad part because she's not bad.
She's not bad.
She's giving you good matches. Like she was green,
but she's gotten better, and she's not bad. I don't know if you guys caught it in this match on SmackDown. She accidentally did a Southern Belle thing. So she's on the rope. She just kicked her and she starts going like this and fanning herself. And he saw her like kind of stop and go like this. And I'm like, Lacey, we caught it, girl. She started fanning herself like the Southern Belle used to do. And I'm like, stop.
Again, because they're trying to make us like, they're throwing this like American hero, all the thing down our throats. And I know she's done, this is her, like she's done all of this.
She's a Marine. However, yeah.
You are a Marine. However, you can still be like a cute, dainty Marine, if that makes sense. But also a heel Marine where like you could have been matter of fact, you could have been the Southern Belle as a fucking Marine. Get your gimmick, dress up like that, and still been like all of that. Like that would have gotten better heat than this.
You know what would have been cool if she would have kept the dresses. And when she wrestles, she rips it off and she's like this badass Marine. Right? Like you can be both. Like it's and her little saying then get you a woman that can do both. Like she could have done both. And it been cool and effective. I don't know. I guess we'll watch. Said, do you think Triple H would make Lacey Evans women's champion?
No.
No. I think he's gonna give her a title match. I think she's headed to Charlotte. Or Rhea. I'm assuming Rhea's winning at WrestleMania. She better. If Rhea doesn't win at WrestleMania, I'm going to be pissed. Because it makes zero sense to have Rhea lose.
SP, I definitely agree with you. The women were better on Monday, but also you have to remember the women on Monday are more seasoned than the women that are on Fridays.
True. There are a lot more newer women on.
Right.
So the seasoned women on SmackDown would be Natty, would be Charlotte, would be
Shayna.
I guess you could say Sonya, Shayna, Liv.
That's it. Over.
Zaya, no. Lacey, no. Shotzi, Raquel,
Mm.
Lacey Evans. What was the point? So that's what I just asked as
That's
SP.
what like we
I'm
were
like,
saying. Like,
what are they building her for? Because I'm assuming that's what I'm saying. I'm assuming they're building her to a title match, which she will lose. But I'm like, just go back to Southern Belle, like we just said. You can mix Southern Belle and the Marine. Like I said, her saying can be, get you a woman that can do both. She wears her heels when she wants to, and she wears her combat boots when she needs to.
And that could have been
you
so
just mix the
much
two?
easier. That's so much
Instead
easier.
of all
Again,
of these, she was the Southern Belle, then she was, abused growing up Marine, and then it's like, and that didn't even work. They booed her more. I'm like,
yeah,
like
right.
she like poured her heart out.
They can't stand her
these
more
vignettes,
as this person. Yep.
And they booed her, and I'm like, I felt bad for her.
Yes.
In general, like that is her life story. That's why she's so strong now. But it wasn't working as a character, and people were like, "Okay, boo." I'm telling you all, when I was Money in the Bank, I'm sure you heard it at home. I still haven't watched Money in the Bank back from what you guys saw, but being in the audience, every time that woman touched the ladder, she was booed out of the building. I mean, not even near within sight of the ladder. They were all, oh, I'm like, good God. Like, this woman just poured her heart out for 6 weeks, and y'all booing her like that?
Because it's not, okay. It's just that, people they feel characters out. They like to be, and they're not being entertained by her. They don't, like, they're not, she's not doing it for them. And I don't know what it is that they're making her do. That's not what she used to do. But the audience is not resonating with it. And then her being on SmackDown
Southern
is not
Belle
making it
got
work.
more heat and more reaction than any of these other renditions that she's at.
And maybe
Southern Belle was annoying.
Yes.
She was cocky. She was funny. Like, just her whole, the way she carried herself. Remember, she had to use to get a handkerchief and like wipe her sweat and throw it in people's faces. That type of stuff is character work that I believe works. She got way more heat as the Southern Belle. She's better in the ring now. So I'm like, just go back to Southern Belle and call it a day. Or mix the two. Like Lacey was getting nuclear heat last summer, though. Right? She was supposed to be face, Sid. Remember, she was supposed to be a face. The whole stories thing and everything, they were booing the crap out of her. And after Money in the Bank, they were like, okay, let's just make her heel.
Right.
Because they're just booing her anyway. And then it just didn't work. It just wasn't. I don't. Anyway.
Okay, Dolores, I see your point in that. Like, she lacks charisma. And you're feeling like, why should you like her? I understand that part. I get it. And then, like if Patrick said,
she doesn't lack charisma. Look at the Southern Belle.
That right? Well,
that was a charismatic character to me. Right now,
I'm thinking Dolores.
Like I said, the only thing that gets a reaction from her is when she yells at people, "Stand up and salute me," and she goes like this, and everyone's all, "Boo." But that's the only thing that gets reaction. As soon as she hits the ring, it is absolute crickets.
Girl, I mean,
I don't know. People don't care. And that's a problem. And I think any wrestler that has been interviewed tells you all you want is a reaction. If you're not getting a reaction, that's bad. They don't care if it's a good reaction, bad reaction, booing, cheering, chanting. As long as you're getting a reaction, that's what they look for. That's what they want. Lacey does not get a reaction when she's in the ring. And it's like, I don't know. I don't know how you fix it. I don't know. Did anything happen on Rampage? Sorry, I think we moved on to Rampage and then we went back to SmackDown and started talking about Lacey because I forgot about Lacey. But
do Impact first because that's a little bit longer because Rampage was like not that long. So, we can just go into Rampage. Right. I mean, Impact.
On Impact this week. I'm trying to change something that didn't need to be fixed.
That is another one. Yes, absolutely. I
don't know that those thong pant things. I'm kind of glad she's done with that. That was driving me nuts.
The
That
pants with
needs
the
to be. I'm sorry.
the Lita pants and the oversized thong and the
It was
bodysuit.
too
Oh,
much.
it was like
It
all
looks
in her.
uncomfortable.
It looked so
I was like,
uncomfortable.
girl,
I felt uncomfortable for her, and she's
like
the
you have
one
to wrestle on
wrestling
that with a string up your ass right now? No, thank you. Anyway, on Impact, Steph DeLander made her Impact debut against Jordan Grace. She looks great. Happy to see her. She actually had a great debut showing. Jordan wonderful at making her look good in the ring.
Yes.
While still being Jordan Grace, the unstoppable powerhouse that she is. It was actually a fun match. There was one spot where Steph, I think, what did she do? And she superplexed her, Jordan.
Oh, suplex Jordan into
and Jordan pops right up
right back
and
up.
goes,
Yeah.
ah! And you see Steph's face is like, oh god, like oh, like she was like,
Yeah,
and
she
then
just
the
literally
commentator's like, all you did was just anger the juggernaut, and like it was just really funny. I don't know why I
liked
love
it
that
too,
spot, but
yes.
it was
Yes.
really cute. And again, people always talk about selling,
Yes.
and why didn't she sell this? Why didn't she sell that? Jordan Grace was just Impact Women's Champion for amount of days. Steph wasn't beating her.
No.
But not only that, she is the juggernaut, right? One
Yes.
little suplex is not going to stop her. So it's just one of those things where I'm like, it made sense to me in that moment that she would pop up and be like, ah! Like it was just
Right.
like it killed
But,
her, right?
but it goes with the like her whole look, like the hair, everything was just like,
Oh yeah,
like oh my god,
no,
like it was really
I love Jordan Grace. But they actually had a great match. Steph, which I just told them before the show, is much taller than I thought. And I guess because she was next to Indy, who is also a very tall woman, I just didn't realize how tall she was until she came out and Jordan height difference. And I'm like, huh, she's way taller than I thought she was.
Yeah. And remember,
anyway,
Jordan is
great
little
match.
too.
A really good debut match for Steph. Interested to see where she goes from here. But Jordan did get the win.
I think
with
this
the
is a great place for her.
The Grace driver, huh?
I think this is a great place for her.
I think it is too. I think Impact will do good things for Steph.
Great. Exactly. I think that she can grow more there. I can get she's definitely going to get much character development over here as this new character that she is. Where she probably couldn't get that where she was at. So they kind of did like a favor.
No, I agree. I mean, they were barely doing it. Besides that storyline they had going for a while with Indy and her as tag champs.
Yes.
Tag champs. They were champs, right?
Yeah, it was, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
For
a small period.
After
though.
that,
like, it wasn't very long. It wasn't long.
Obviously, they let go of Steph. She was one of the people that let go. But even before that, they weren't doing much with them after they lost the tag titles. Like Indy was involved, with Dexter and the Way.
I don't know why Indy is not on the main
side.
Yet. Yes.
I don't know. But anyway, I'm happy for her for signing with Impact. Looking forward to what she does. There was also a tag match between the Death Dolls, Rosemary and Taya Valkyrie versus Taylor Wilde and Killer Kelly.
Wow.
This was interesting. So for me, who is someone who doesn't watch Impact regularly, I didn't understand the backstory so much as far with Killer Kelly and Taylor Wilde. So I was confused because they're in a tag match. This woman has like tarot cards or some shit. Her partner's there like reaching her hand out for a tag, and instead she shows her the cards, the devil, and then she throws the card at her, and the Death Dolls beat her. And I'm like, your tag team just lost.
Right.
You threw a card at your partner instead of tagging their hand. Anyway,
it was very weird.
The Death Dolls won.
Yes.
And then what's his name again? I forgot his name. The devil guy came out. Mitchell. I forgot his name. Anyway, he came out, draws Rosemary out, and is talking to her, and She's out there. She's kind of yelling. She gets out of the ring, goes towards him, and all of a sudden, Taya Valkyrie gets taken out. The rest of the Death Dolls, I guess, get taken out by the Hex, who are now apparently signed with Impact.
Okay. Got it.
They are good. They're a great looking team.
Mm-hmm.
Great looking team.
Cute.
So I'm interested to see obviously where this goes. I'm assuming James Mitchell. Thank you, Frantic. Thank you, Dolores. I'm like, I said Mitchell, and I'm like, I forgot. I cannot remember this man's first name right now. Forgive me. I have not had the right. I need my caffeine. Anyway,
so
James Mitchell brought out the Hex. The Hex attacks the rest of the Death Dolls. While Rosemary was out of the ring, she runs back to try and help. They knock her out as well.
Yes.
And the Hex here, James Mitchell brought them, and they are signed with Impact now. So
that's cool.
They're after the tag titles.
They can do a lot over there. Yeah, put them over there, and they can do these things.
Hex marks the spot.
Hex, I like that. Hex marks the spot. Ah, nice.
That's it for me. I think for Impact.
Yes.
In Rampage, I don't know. The Renegade Twins won the NWA Women Tag. Thank you, Frantic. The Renegade Twins won the NWA Women's Tag titles. Frantic,
I like the Renegade Twins.
See, you have her back here.
Yes,
you know we're mothers. You know we can't watch all this shit all the time.
Right.
Half the time I don't remember if I did watch it. So. Thanks, Frantic.
Remind me what happened on Rampage.
Yeah, Frantic, what happened on Rampage? I did not watch it and not see highlights. Did anything for the women happen on Rampage?
I like the Renegade Twins. They won the NWA title. Weren't they on? They went against on last Friday's Rampage. Was that not last week? That's when they put the L's on. That's when
they spray painted. Right,
yes, that's when they started spray painting. Those were the girls that got the L's, correct? Those were them.
I believe so.
Okay.
SB said Ray beat Marina Shafir. Oh.
Yes. That was it. Oh. Then Saray and Tony came out and talked to her but Britt jumped them.
Tony and Saray are trying to talk to Ruby.
Yes, they're trying to get.
Technically, Ruby should be on their team if we're going with the outsiders.
If we're doing the outsider theme, you should definitely be the main girl to go, because wasn't she the first one to go there?
Was she or was Athena?
No, Ruby was the first one to go to AEW.
The first WWE woman.
Thank you.
Yeah, Ruby and then Athena, right?
Ruby, then
Athena.
Tony. Then Tony.
Ruby, Athena, then Tony.
Oh, was it? Yeah. Yes. Because Athena didn't come out until last year.
Was that last year?
It was last year.
That was the year before that, right? All this shit's blurring together for me now. I don't remember. They've been there. Athena is the Ring of Honor Women's Champion.
Ruby looks at them fighting like a mama.
I literally made that face this morning to my daughter. That's the exact face.
My son just came over here, and I'm like, you don't get come on. Ruby, Tony, Athena.
Ruby's like, I don't got time for this shit. I just got my nose redone.
Right, and you already matched the gimmick. You already got green on, so you're already there. You're halfway there, sis. You got this. I'm here for the
was
faction.
Tony before Athena? No, I think Athena was first, Patrick. I think it was Ruby, Athena, Tony. I could be wrong.
No, I think it's Ruby, Tony, Athena. Because Athena didn't just come till last year. Because she had to remember she was released, but there was something where she had to couldn't do
Tony walked out, but I thought she walked out after Athena was there.
No,
Tony came in before Double or Nothing, and Athena debuted at Double or Nothing. Ah, okay.
Thank you.
So they were close together, though.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Look, Athena was the last WWE girl.
If you want to make it 4 people, you can. And Athena's already a heel.
That's true. Why aren't they? Maybe because she's the champion, they're not recruiting her? Is that why?
Could be. But listen, if you want the outsiders...
I guess Mercedes Martinez is one too, right?
We don't even know what Mercedes is going to do yet.
She lost that title. We haven't heard from her since. No, she got beat like a couple weeks ago, didn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, probably letting Athena get past Supercard of. Oh, okay.
Okay.
And then they'll recruit her.
Cool. Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. I have one question for the chat, and then we're gonna wrap this up.
We're gonna do our
Oh,
predictions.
is she injured? Oh, that sucks. We wish you a speedy recovery, Mercedes.
Yes. Sorry. Oh my
I have a
God.
question for the chat, and then let's do some quick Elimination Chamber predictions. That is next
Predictions.
Saturday, folks. The women's Elimination Chamber match. You have Liv Morgan. I need you guys to answer this in the chat too. Who you think is going to win? Liv Morgan, Asuka, Carmella, Nikki Cross, Natty, Raquel. Who is winning the Elimination Chamber match to go on and face Bianca at WrestleMania 39 in Hollywood?
TJ
Krssi.
better not mess this up and pick his damn wife. I know that.
Chris?
I think I want Asuka to win. Asuka's the only shoe-in to win this. Yes, I miss Serena Deeps too, Patrick. Yes, absolutely. Yes, we definitely need Asuka to win. If Asuka does not win, Triple H is making a huge mistake.
All right.
I see two.
So
Asukas.
your guess is Asuka.
I got Asuka. What you got?
However, my guess is Asuka.
Okay.
I mean, no one else makes sense. When you look at the character, who they'll be going against, which is Bianca, a face Bianca. Asuka's the only one that makes sense. She's the unknown here. Obviously, she's come back with a brand new character. Very kind of unpredictable. Very good in the ring, obviously. She will give Bianca a Mania-worthy match, I do believe. So I believe it's going to be Asuka. I'm interested to see how they build it, but I'm predicting Asuka will win the Elimination Chamber match next week. What else is happening? We don't know what's happening with Becky and Bailey and Lita yet. I guess we'll find out Monday, so we might have to wait on that. But am I missing something? What am I missing? Is that it for the women? I really cannot remember. That's it for the women, right? There's no championship match.
There's no championship. The Charlotte is obviously not going to be on there.
Rhea. I guess Rhea and Finn Balor versus Edge and Beth.
Yes. I mean, the only person that should win this is Edge and Beth, but I wouldn't be surprised if something happened where they don't win.
No, because then look, I'm gonna say this. Look, I love all parties involved, but the Edge and Judgment Day fucking feud needs to end.
Yeah,
we've been doing Judgment Day and Edge for like 6 months.
You know, SP had made this point yesterday,
and I'm over it. I get it. Let's get the redemption. Have Edge pin Finn. That way, Rhea doesn't take a pin before Mania, and we move on. And we move forward.
SP calls Edge the Chris Jericho of WWE. Why? Because he's always have long, outlandish, that just drag, not even outlandish, that just drags on and on and on and on.
And part of the reason is he's not full time. He's not full time. So this has been on and off for 6 months. They do a run of pay-per-views, maybe 2, and then he leaves. You don't see him again back. He likes the big Rumble pop. He comes back to the Rumble pop, and then you're right back in it again. It's okay. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I'm over it. Let it in. Let Edge and Beth get their redemption from the Judgment Day, and we move on. It doesn't hurt the Judgment Day to take the L at this point. They've been made pretty dominant, regardless. I love what they're doing with the Judgment Day. Started at Mania. He got kicked out in June. That was Jesus. It's been more than 6 months.
Yeah.
Bless, man. So as I'm saying, Edge and Beth. I'm predicting Edge and Beth win. Finn takes the pin, and we move the fuck on. Everybody.
Yeah, we need
Everyone
to.
Just moves on.
It's time. Because now we have to figure out how we're gonna get Dom against his dad.
Dom and his dad. Yeah,
right.
Dom and his dad. So the good thing is his dad's on SmackDown, so it does nothing to do with Edge anymore.
Right.
Thank God. So I think at this point it's just Dom showing up on SmackDown and fucking with his dad. Maybe I don't know if you saw that little clip. I don't know why it wasn't on TV, but with Santos and Rey Mysterio.
Yes, yeah, I saw
and
that.
him giving Ray his mask out of respect, and then Ray giving him his mask, and tears, and the whole thing.
Yes. Beautiful.
If you haven't seen it, please go watch it. It's on Twitter. WWE posted it, and it's Santos telling Ray, like, always wanted to defeat your legacy and blah blah blah, but now that I've wrestled with you, I've seen you, I've met you, nothing but respect. And he hands him his lucha mask, which is a huge sign of respect in lucha wrestling. And Ray basically says, you know, you told me that story a long time ago about you and your dad, and blah blah blah, and I respect you, blah blah blah. Here's my mask. Hopefully you become an even better lion, and more ferocious lion than you are, and hopefully this gives you some motivation, basically. It was very cool. It was very sentimental. I was in tears because it really was kind of a passing of a torch thing that didn't happen on TV, which was weird, but whatever.
Yeah, why didn't that should have been something that was on TV.
Why wouldn't you put that on TV? That was amazing.
I loved it. I think it was great.
Maybe you go through Santos to get to Ray at this point because of that segment. I don't know.
I love Santos. I think he's awesome.
I think the whole Judgment Day guys. So Patrick said should have Dominic run in during mask swap and beat down both. I do believe that Judgment Day may be headed to SmackDown anyway, because if Rhea wins and you have Dom going after Ray, I almost feel like they might be switching them from Raw to SmackDown, but we will see.
Can we just go back and forth on the brand? Like we don't have to switch.
I'm perfectly fine with what they've been doing with, like, whoever needs to show up when they need to show up. That makes sense. Do it. Who gives a shit what brand? Don't even do the draft anymore. I'm sorry.
No.
Just have women show up from Raw. Have SmackDown show up. I mean, they're doing it now. And I like it. I love when they show up where they need to be because it makes sense. Can't wait for the Judgment Day face turn when the fans are made to turn Rhea in her feud with Charlotte. Sid, I think you had gone away when I was going off on my tangent about Rhea and Charlotte and the promos and how they don't make sense with their current characters. And then Romeo is defending the queen like there's no other. And I'm like, it's not her fault. I'm not saying that she's doing anything wrong. I just said she has to walk a fine line. Being how dominant of a champion she is, she has to walk a fine line if you want to keep her face. Eddie said Santos Escobar, like most luchadors, really respects Ray, rightfully so. Absolutely. Romeo has started defending Charlotte very poorly. I scrolled up to see. There's no defense needed because I'm not saying Charlotte's doing anything bad.
Right.
All I'm saying is they have to walk a fine line with this. They're going to keep Rhea the badass heel, as they should, and keep Charlotte the greatest champion, most dominant champion, whatever you want to call her, as a face.
Yes.
Romeo, I can read that.
I think that was
the point.
But no, what we're saying is, I think Charlotte is happy to be back. I think it's just what she just have to do what they're telling her to do, and you can see it's kind of like a struggle because she wants to be, I want to say heel, but
she's been a heel for the last 7 years ish on main roster, and so you have to, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yes.
SP3 said, Romeo, I hope you can read. Who's winning the Battle at the Valley? Kyrie versus Mercedes. You know what? That's next weekend too.
Yes.
Let's do our prediction as far as that goes. Mercedes first match back in the ring in 9 months.
9 months.
9 months. At least televised, I should say. And you have Kyrie versus Mercedes Mercedes Moné. Frantic. Moné. Who do you think's gonna win the title, Miss Krssi?
I say Mercedes.
I believe Mercedes Moné will be winning the title as well and taking that title all around the world. As she said, she's going on the world tour. So I believe that title is going to be traveling quite a few places. So
yes. I can't wait for it
to. Do you think Mercedes shows up in AEW?
I mean, I've been wanting her too. I mean, she has the girls that she can go against. The whole point, she said that she wanted to go on this world tour. So why not start this world tour and make an impact and start going to all of these places? You have if it's in your contract, you can you most likely can go to an Impact. You can go to you're in New Japan. You can go to AEW. Like you can go to all of these things. Like you can do NWA. Like you can do these things.
So here's what I was thinking. If they do Forbidden Door, are they for sure doing Forbidden Door too?
Yes, he said they're doing.
If they do it, it's very possible that this AEW Outsiders versus AEW Now Girls, Mercedes might join them as an outsider, because they are now heels, and Mercedes is a heel. So it is very possible that she could do that. If not, our idea of Sheeta versus her.
She could face so many people. That's
part of Stardom, Patrick. Yes. I guess we'll see. But I believe Mercedes will be winning as well next weekend. So, are they on the exact same time as Elimination Chamber? Because that's going to be a problem.
No, it's not. I think it. She signed with Bushiroad at Patrick. Okay.
SP, I already answered the question. I didn't answer it as detailed as you, but I said yes, she's part of Stardom. That's all I said. He's like, let me give you some more details. Bushiroad owns both New Japan and Stardom. See, that's what they said. That's not what they said. Anyway, that's it for us today, people. I want to know what you're eating for Super Bowl.
The sunlight didn't come into your face until just now.
Wait, what?
I
know, like you can tell it's moving because I was doing well this whole time, and all of a sudden,
it just
my right eye is blind.
Yeah. Super Bowl. What am I making over here? I'm making some chili and nachos. Ooh. I am making some chicken tender sliders, and then I will be making like regular dinner, of course. Like,
are people coming over? Or
no, just me and the
just like us. Ours is chill. We're getting wings. We have sub sandwiches, but it's chill. I think my parents might come over, and that's about it. Like,
nice, love
super chill. I don't want to be doing. I'm not having a party or anything. And I'm in Arizona, so you have to understand how crazy it is here right now. I do not want to be out in the streets. I do not want to be out in the streets.
What's the weather
insane.
Today?
Super Bowl. NFL has taken over Arizona. You guys, I don't want to be. Alex said no snacks for me. It's too late. Alex, God bless you in France, hun.
Right.
Can't be snacking that late. I get it. You'll probably be asleep during the Super Bowl anyway, I would hope. Because it starts at 4, right?
I'm about to say, do you guys watch the Super Bowl, though?
I feel like they wouldn't.
Right. I'm about to say, they're more into like, y'all probably don't give a shit about that.
They have soccer.
Right.
They have football.
Football.
Sorry. Reminders.
Yes,
Krssi and SP will be going live on the True Hill Heat Sports channel for True Hill Heat Check number 2 at 2:05 p.m. Eastern to discuss the NBA trade deadline, including KD going to the Suns.
Listen,
that's right.
Can I just say,
getting a championship, mofos.
Yes, I need Chris Paul to finally get this. I need him in there to win it and to finally get that man.
CP3, Devin Booker, KD.
Can I just say,
it's happening,
Brooklyn Nets, because this was all a garbage. You had all of this money, all this. I'm sorry, we're going on a little. They
fumbled the bag, girl.
They fumbled the bag. Y'all put all this money into all 3 players, and all 3 of them are now gone. They are just like the Knicks. So sorry, not sorry. They have the same crap formula. Everyone just wants to show up, but no one wants to show out.
Correct.
And
we have DeAndre Ayton. You know I'm going to all the Suns games. Not all of them. I'm kidding. I'm going to be supporting.
I would love to.
Do you know how excited I was when they were in the finals and they were so close?
Yes.
And they fumbled the bag. And I'm like, CP3, and it's him fumbling.
Yes, I need CP3 to get this finally.
He always fumbles in the playoffs, though, and it drives me nuts.
It's not just him,
I'm
though.
Like, he plays well the whole season. And then by the he's played so hard, he gets injured.
Yep, every time. So hopefully he can sit down and relax and be cool.
Sid, you're not going to talk about CP that way, all right? It's the Arizona gal, Phoenix Suns house. You ain't talking mess about. You're right, but you're not talking about CP. Can't really blame the Nets though. Players' fault. What?
No, the players. But then they doing TikTok videos. Why y'all not playing? Like I'm not. Why y'all not at practice? I don't understand this. This is ridiculous.
Well, what you call him? Is it Kyrie Irving? Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, he left.
He's doing the fucking most. He's been doing the most all season.
Yep.
I can't. SP3 greater than CP3. Here we go. Here we go.
Of course.
You are amazing, sir. No complaints here. No complaints. Wait, was that all the reminder? That there was something else. Wasn't there something else?
We're doing the watch along for the.
There's a watch along today.
Later
for the Super Bowl.
Right.
Is it
most likely
2:05? It's 2:05 p.m. Eastern. The watch along? No, that's the heat check.
That's for the.
What time's the watch along, y'all?
The watch along most likely start probably like around 6:30, right? SP or
6:30 Eastern.
6:30 Eastern. Yeah.
Okay.
So on your time, it's going to be.
That's 4:30 Eastern for me, or 4:30 Pacific. No,
yeah,
4:30. Oh my God.
Yeah,
you guys. So Arizona doesn't change times. All of y'all do all of this shit and change back and forth, and we're just in the same time all the time. I think right now we're Mountain Standard Time.
Oh my God, I wish we were like that.
So right now Eastern Time is 2 hours ahead of me. So if you're at 6:30, I'm at 4:30 my time. California, that's 3:30 their time. That's 3:30 Pacific. Whew. Reminder, later today, we got a brand new interview dropping True Hill Heat. BTR with Sam Adonis dropping at 6 p.m. Eastern. And then True Hill Heat Sports will have a Super Bowl watch-along party at 6:30 p.m. Eastern.
Yes.
Whew. I hope you guys do the watch along. I hope you interview later. Check out Heat Check. Enjoy the Super Bowl commercials because I'm living for those.
Yes.
And we will see you again next weekend when we do our roundtable elimination
watch
chamber.
along. Yep.
And maybe we'll even talk about Mercedes and Kyrie in that match as well because I'm sure it would be great. But thank you guys all for joining us this Sunday.
Yes.
Enjoy the Super Bowl. Enjoy your people.
Enjoy the Super Bowl.
Enjoy your food.
Rihanna's gonna kill it.
Rihanna's gonna absolutely kill the halftime show. I hate that it's only 15 minutes long. She needs like 30. We haven't seen her in years. Give her, just give her the second half of the Super Bowl, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Go Eagles.
Go Eagles.
They're gonna win. No offense to any KC fans, but they've already got their championship. Let the Eagles go ahead and get one now. Well, they already have one, but you know what I mean. I just want someone new to win who hasn't won in the last 2 or 3 years. All right. Go Eagles. Thank you, Alex, for joining from France again. I love you. I'll see you at WrestleMania.
Yep.
I'll see you at WrestleMania. Love you guys. Krssi, where can they find you throughout the week? Ma'am.
Okay, through the week, you can find me on Twitter is True Hill Krssi Love. On IG is Krssi Love _1. Join me every Sunday. We do Serving Face. Well, not every Sunday. Every other Sunday we do Serving Face the Hills, and then every Saturday we do True Hill Heat. So go and check that out. We had a great episode yesterday that I was a part of, like the last hour. But yes, please go and watch True Hill Heat. Oh my God, MJF and that frame.
That shit is hilarious that they have like the cops calling or people calling the station. The Karens
calling the station and make sure, and then he goes to call them.
I can't.
Random idiots. Anywho, Miss Stephanie, where can they find you, my dear?
You can find me on Twitter at Stephanie Hypez. You can find me right here on Serving Face and Hills every other Sunday. Yes, we did back-to-back episodes this week, only because Elimination Chamber's next week. But it's usually every other Sunday. You can find me right here, Miss Krssi Love and SP, and wherever else I happen to pop up. But obviously, my DMs are open. I might not check them very often because I get crazy messages sometimes. However, we are here to talk. We love wrestling. We love pro wrestling. We love women in pro wrestling.
Yes,
So
yes.
enjoy Elimination Chamber. Enjoy the Super
Mhm.
Bowl. Thank you for
Yes.
joining us on Serving Facing Hills. And we will see you next week at the Elimination Chamber Roundtable.
Woo, woo, woo.
Bye.
Bye. Laters.